It is never, ever too late to review a horror film released this year. So we'll be reviewing In a Violent Nature. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this movie kind of worried me for a second because it was supposed to come out on theaters and they didn't for no reason or reasons unexplained really because I saw it on the coming soon tab on my theaters, but then the week that was supposed to come out, it didn't, and it's just ceased to exist. Then I saw comments on Twitter about like, oh my god, this movie is too much. I'm like, oh, did it get the Hereditary treatment or something like that? Finally, I get to watch the movie since it's on Amazon Prime, and I rented it because technically it's the same fucking shit if I went to the theater and paid for it. I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by how this movie like carried itself, but it works and it doesn't. It works and it doesn't. I'll tell you the things that work and then I'll get to the things that doesn't. The things that work, cinematography, this movie is amazing. One of the best, like this gave me like some like minor Midsommar vibes at times, but there's some shots in this movie that are truly magnificent. And I really like that. And I also like the point of view of the killer. Like I felt like that was pretty fresh in like a slasher film, and sound design was also pretty good at times. There were points where the fucking monster's step was so loud. Like the movie is there, it has a lot, and I mean a lot of quiet scenes. It has a lot of scenes where it's just like full on silence and you're just hearing the monster walk here and there, and occasionally you hear other conversations about people from people near him. And I feel like let's get to the bad now because there's truly a little bit more bad than good. This movie drags a lot. Like there's some scenes in this movie that could have been cut easily for like 10 minutes. There was a scene where they was using this machine, like this wood cutting machine, and it would like go slowly and cut it till it cuts and then it pulls back. For some reason, that scene it felt like it was 20 minutes long. Like I don't want to get to well, obviously, the movie's been out for months. I'm pretty sure. So who the fuck gives a shit about spoilers? I saw it late. I know. Fuck off. For some reason, the monster pulls this guy that he fucking broke his spine, right? So he can't move. He puts it at the side of the machine, puts him in a position so he can see the machine, and he puts the machine. He cuts a wood like, yeah, this is what's gonna happen to you. For some reason, then he puts his arm, cuts his arm, then after all of that, it decapitates his face. That first of all, that was extremely long, and second, that was so loud. The sound design in that department, in that section right there, was so obnoxious. The sound of the machine was so loud, and it's like I don't know, that shit pissed me off to the point where I was like contemplating skipping. Like that was one of the moments where I went like, thank God I'm watching this at home because I could probably skip this, but I didn't. I watched the whole thing. I promise. But Jesus Christ, it was a lot. And there's a lot of scenes like that where it drags a lot. And I know that, the killer not talking, all that stuff. There's a lot of scenes that could have been like, minutes could have been cut from the scenes. Minutes, not seconds, minutes, long minutes. Another complaint that I have is the movie had no sense of direction at times because like the movie finished and I still did not understand what the fuck was the point of the monster in the first place. Like he just kills. That's it. So if you take his necklace from the woods, he's just going to kill everybody till he gets his necklace back. Okay, but like the exposition dump for that, was so fucking boring. It was like a car conversation in the most monotone way imaginable. Like it has nothing to do with the actors or anything like that. I just feel like from the director's point of view, I don't know how the fuck did you have to make it that boring? I mean, like you already had it was like a kill per 10 minutes. Why is the info dump this boring and bland and monotone and just like trash? I don't know. I just couldn't care less. I kind of just wanted to see more kills because like they literally just said a whole lot of nothing. Like, yeah, he's just a monster in the woods. I don't fucking know. I'm just fucking something in the fucking woods killing people. We don't fucking know. The movie drags a lot in info dumps, and not even info dumps. Sometimes even the kills are extremely fucking long, or like they take a long time to set up. The movie mostly shines when it's like creepy and eerie, and you don't know what's gonna happen next. When he's just like walking in silence, and you hear other people, and you're like, okay, something's gonna happen right now. It's just creepy. There were scenes where he was just like stalking people. And those scenes were really like unsettling, and that, I feel like, in my opinion, because I have a very unique taste on horror films, that's where the movie was shining the most. The kills were cool. They're pretty cool. They're pretty creative. Some a little bit over the top, I must say, but they were cool. They were cool. The movie truly shined when the movie was like creepy. It was eerie. It was unsettling. You're like seeing this stalker. It's just a killer, but he's stalking people to kill them, sitting in corners, and you see them in pictures, and then you have the lens on the people, then he's just standing in the corner. I feel like that's when the movie shined the most. There was a scene where they were info dumping on the myth, on the lore of the monster, and for some fucking reason the camera was just circling and circling and circling and circling and circling around the whole time. We talking like probably like 10-15 minutes, circling and circling and circling and circling the whole info dump. It was, I'm not saying I got dizzy, but I got pissed. Nonetheless, I do think this is a pretty serviceable movie. I would put this movie, like, I don't know if I like this movie more than Maxine. I know I shit on Maxine, my previous review, but I had fun watching this movie. It's kind of stupid and over the top, but I feel like in a way it's kind of self-aware. I don't know. I just really like how artistic and original it felt. And cinematography-wise, I really liked the cinematography in this film. I was actually shocked. I was like, wow, this actually is really good cinematography, period. So giving this movie a rating, I'm just going to give it like a 6. Like a 6. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's like it's like right in the middle, like a little bit over mid. Maybe I just kind of liked it. It felt pretty fresh and original, and I kind of like that in horror films, even though lore wise and storytelling wise is kind of fucking mid and trash. And it's still a good movie. It's actually a good slasher film. I think this is the first slasher film that I thoroughly enjoyed this year.